Daylight Dave, welcome back. 5 Railroad. Hey, good news and bad news. Good news is, hey, the Packers are on, and I'm going to be recording mainly during commercials, but I figured I'd show you this. And here's the bad news. Okay, here's my result, and by the way, pretty much got my ass demoted. Demoted Dave! Oh no! So Friday nights, I usually go out for happy hour. I usually just kind of limit myself to 3 beers. And I came home, I had a few more cocktails. It was late in the evening. I figured I'll try to run 3 trains at once. And this is the result. Not too bad, but I gotta fix this mess. So I had 4 of these Jeeps up and running with non-sound decoders. And if you remember, I put in 2 more non-sound decoders. And of course, this is the one that decoder I had blowing. So this is my grain train, but I was kind of just running all these engines. They run really good, these P2Ks. Of course, you clean them all up, and that's how it is. But anyways, here's my little incident. Coming from the staging, I have to open up the garage door to see what else is back there. But I can't see it, but I'm going to put the camera back there. And looks like at least one car is on the ground there. But anyways, like an idiot, for my staging, those are the old Atlas switches, and I just use those for my staging. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I was lining the train up to go back into the yard, and I threw that switch against them, and they're on the. I call this the main. These are main 1 and main 2 right there. So, anyways, that was my mess up. So I just got called on duty for a remote job. You know, I just loved working those damn remotes. But down here in Warm Springs, so we're going to be running in about a minute. I got one more crazy story to tell you, and then we'll get called on duty. Well, I picked all this stuff up, and I just noticed I'm missing a wheel, so I gotta see if I can find it on the floor, because these guys hit the floor, so I'm like, oh, great. Here's my other screw-up I did about 2 months ago. So these are just older roundhouse cars. I buy them, for $5 a piece at the train shows and stuff like that. But a lot of them, or most of them, have plastic wheels, so I replaced them with 33-inch wheels. And I'm sure technically these guys probably, these 5-bay rapid discharge cars had 36-inch wheels. And the problem with this was that on some cars, the axle was rubbing on, the little screw that holds the coupler in. So I figured, you know what? To solve that problem, I'll buy it. I spent about $100 on these 36-inch wheels. So I go, okay, that'll take care of the problem, because that should raise the height, with the thicker inch wheel or whatever. But I ran into a new problem. I put a set in and kind of rolled it around on the track and did a little test. And guess what? I took care of the problem with that, but now the darn wheel was rubbing on the metal weight here, metal frame. So I'm like, oh, well, that was a real screw-up. So I can still use these wheels, at train shows. In fact, there's one here this weekend at Roseville, but I kind of opted not to go because I don't really need anything. So, but anyways, a lot of train shows, I'll buy cars that have plastic wheels, so I can still use those at some point. So, okay, let's go on duty. Hey, we're on duty. Guess who I'm working with? He's my switchman. He's the guy waving right there. His last name is something like Iglesias. First name of Julio. Never heard of him, but he seems like a nice guy walking out to our power. I'm supposed to be wearing my orange vest, but I've got my backpack. I'm holding on to it there. Or my belt pack, I should call it. Run this damn remote. Sucks. Hey, what do you think of my new car? 71 Chevelle. Sweet! Got a little Falcon there. It's belongs to Miss Cazadores, Marilyn Cazadores. She's the manager. We were kind of playing with her phones a little too much, so she kicked her ass out, and she said, get on the power and get out of town. We're going to go up to Fremont there and switch that a drywall plant up there. So let's go. We got some cars to grab, too. Come on, Daylight Dave, run that remote. Oh, I'm sorry. Demoted Dave. Let's go, buddy. Okay, got the engine started, got ourselves all linked up with our belt packs, and Julio's got the point. So we're ready to roll. He's got the pack, so it means he's in control of it, and we're going to be moving here. Let's go. Man, that Julio, he's a good-looking guy, too. Got ourselves all lined out here where we park the engines. They get refueled on these two tracks right here. Julio, you ain't so good looking if you ain't in focus, buddy. Yeah, he sure likes to wave, too. Okay, here's our pickup. We are grabbing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. That's our rear car right there. And here's our head end. Like I said, US Jeep. Those are some Jeep cars loaded. And that bulkhead, he's going inside to be loaded. And we got some paper products from the Midwest. You know, being from Wisconsin, I've done a lot of rail fanning back there over the years. And it's always cool going to the paper plants because, man, they take in a lot of cars and pull out a lot of cars too. It's a cool place. Number of places there. That's where we get our inexpensive toilet paper from too. Love you guys for that one. Oh, we got switch against us here. We're going to stop and get that. Come on, Julio. Don't fail me, buddy. I've already been fired. Got fired last night. You know, when they first started this remote program, of course the engineers fought it tooth and nail because they were going to lose a lot of their just kickback jobs, but we all got, well, I shouldn't, we got pissed, but I was still a conductor, but man, they said, hey, one of the rules is if you're running remotes, you don't sit in that engineer's seat, but that kind of fell through the wayside after a couple of years, like everything else. Man, this yard's pretty busy. Geez, there's a pickup right there, coming back. Ooh-wee. Or take it easy. Yeah, we ain't in no rush today. And think about when you work remote operation, you really don't have to give car counts. And, well, unless the guy who's running the engine's a belt back operator is not where the hook is. But most times, car counts aren't necessary. So we came to hook here, do a quick little air test, won't take long. So as you guys know, a lot of these engines got converted to remote operation, and you know, you kind of wonder why they got ditch lights, and you don't need ditch lights when you're working remotes. But if you're in conventional, and when I say conventional, say if you're running track speed and you're not in remote operation, then obviously you need the ditch lights because they got to be on for 20 miles or above going over road crossings. But yeah, working remotes, you don't need to put the ditch lights on. But hey, headlights still got to be on bright, so let me put that on bright. There we go. Ooh, looking good, looking good. We're out of here. Finished with our air test. Head up to Fremont. Hey, looks like they got that grain train all cleared out. Oh, sweet. We called Mr. Bedell there at Niles Tower, and he calls the dispatcher before he gives us the signal. But, yeah, we're all lined out. We got flashing yellow vest approach around the curve here. Make a left-hand turn. Julio, buddy, you're so photogenic, man. I bet you people love you. Man, it's Sunday. Mr. Bill, where's Ollie at? Yeah, she's usually hanging out with that girl. Somehow she gets her butt down here. I'm not sure why, but oh well. Oh, looking good, buddy, looking good. One time, I caught an intermodal train, and it was coming into Roseville, and that's where I get the train. And we're going through our paperwork, and it has like a 4-axle engine. And you kind of have to check their speed, because a lot of times they're 50 miles an hour. And it was shown on the paperwork, 70 mile an hour train, but it had a 4-axle engine on it. And it was to be set out in Roseville. So I'm like, we blew that off. And of course, even though the paperwork says 70, I got to go 50. And I had to look it up in the rule book to see the speed of that. Hang on, I got to blow here. I'm all locked up. Private little road crossing anyways. So anyways, yeah, I just looked up the speed of the engine, and I go, man, it's 50. So I told the conductor, I go, even though paperwork says 70, we got to go 50. And we just ended up taking the engine into Oakland, then they'll put it on another train. They'll put it on the local and shoot it back, versus wasting your time doing all that. Hang on, I gotta go back to the game for a minute. Okay, looks like we're still ahead in the game here. 14-10, I got divergent approach. Looking good, we're just kinda taking our time. No sense in rushing the job, that's for sure. Woo. There's your short little train. Got a little red flag at the rear too. So we got to respot these guys here into the plant, and we'll set out this guy inside the plant too. And along with these paper boxes, they always like to put those on the west end, so we're gonna have to swap around a little bit here. And we got 2-car pickup, some empty covered hoppers. Okay, Julio, let's see if you can blow the horn this time. Oh, the bell works. I'm gonna drop off here. Okay, sweet. Hey, the best place to get on and off on an engine is on a road crossing, because step onto the gravel and slip or something like that. So just stop on a road crossing. Of course, I think even here you're going to get into the gravel now that I look at it. Okay, guess what? Now I broke down, put a vest on, I got my belt back on since I'm on the ground. Otherwise, I'll get my you-know-what in trouble. Okay, let's go. Come on. Come on, Uli. We'll go and move forward a little bit here. I'll get the switch. We're just going to shove back, run around, do our work from the other end. Oh, there's a little train. One of these days I'll finish that conveyor belt. I'm one short, and I've got the darn kit. I just haven't gotten around to do it. I'm kind of looking to see what we got here. Got some cars in here. Apparently we got 4 cars there. Inside the plant. This is when you give car counts here. Oh, that'll do, Julio. That'll do. Hey, pitch it to me, buddy. That means I'm going to take control of the engines. And pitches in the air. Pitches in the air. Okay, shove it on back. Hey, by the way, that's called an uncontrolled absolute signal right there. Not controlled by the dispatcher. Okay, looking good, looking good. I don't have to ride the point. There's only 5 cars, so I can see back. That way I'll be in position to get the switch when Julio takes over. Okay, I'm going to just shove back maybe 1 more car length and get it there. Get that pin, put a pin. I should pull the pin and quit, but I'll just deal with this. Hopefully I'll be on this job for maybe a couple of weeks, working these darn remotes. Looking good, buddy. Okay, I cut away. That's another railroad term. Cut away from the cars there. I'm still just running the darn thing. Makes it easier because we'll shoot back the other direction. Okay, I got the switch. Julio's making the phone call. He's inside there, inside the engine. He's going to call up the dispatcher. We got to get this signal, and she'll bend that switch too. Head back the other direction. We'll run up to the signal there. Oh, just got it. Oh, sweet. Approach, that's all we need. We don't need the signal there at Mr. Medello's tower, so that'll work for us. Woo. We call this the rear now. Julio's back in the rear. Come on, Demoted Dave, take that signal. Ooh, that thing works pretty good, too. I love all my relays. Ooh, sweet. Man, apparently some rail fan lives next to the tracks here. Has to listen to all the Amtrak trains and the intermodal trains that go through here. Man, who'd want to live next to the tracks? Oh, shoot, actually I did in the 80s for a few years. It's kind of fun along the SP. I see all the SP trains go by. Go by Lake LG here. Let's show back with those bulkheads. Julio's on the ground there. He's going to bend that switch. I'm going to throw this switch in monster. Man, I'm glad it worked. Hey, pitches in the air, Julio. You got it. You got control, buddy. You know, on remotes, every time just before you moved, you throttled up, the darn bell would automatically go on, and got a little irritating. Cruising and boozing. We're just going to leave the switch open unless the dispatcher starts yelling at us. Make a little stop here. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Ooh, that's good hook. Okay, guys, I'm just going to shove back, make a hook with our cars that we brought in, and I'll watch the rest of the game. So come back for part 2, and I'll just kind of let this kind of roll here for an extra minute or so. Probably upload this thing tonight, so yeah, that's when you see it. Man, Demotion Dave, you still look pretty good, buddy, even though you're wearing that damn orange vest. Julio walked back a couple car lengths there, and we'll make this hook. I think I'll just kick back in the engineer's seat. What the heck? Actually, I'm going to take control of it here a minute. Ooh, Julio, get that red flag, buddy. You should probably take that off. Good job, brother. Good job. He's going to make a little stretch. And I'm going to take a little break. Okay, guys. Hey, it's been fun. Not super exciting, but sure appreciate you guys watching. Come back for part 2, and we'll spot all this stuff here. So in the meantime, hey, football! Demotion Dave! BAC V RR, signing out.